George Clooney has stepped behind the camera in his latest role, directing The Boys in the Boat. It's a great film. I loved it. It's what I would call an old-fashioned film, and I mean that as a real compliment. It tells the true story of a rowing team, a lot of working-class boys, competing against all the odds at the 1936 Olympics, just before the war, in Berlin. Now, I sat down with George, and the film stars Callum Turner as well.
Rowing, particularly in the 1920s, was one of the most attended sports in the United States. The Boys in the Boat is about strong, tough kids, but they were poor and hungry. They're rowing because it was the only way they could stay in college.
Well, what's that about making some money?
Every film we've ever seen that has an underdog in it, you're always rooting for. That you can pull yourself up from nothing and succeed.
Give it everything!
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Loved it, loved it.
See
It's
you, by
good
the
to
way.
see you.
I haven't seen you since we got in trouble the last time.
We did get in trouble the last
Why
time.
did you get in trouble?
Well,
Because we were naughty. But it's fine. It's all
we're
done.
all better.
It's all
Let's run
good.
that clip.
Yeah.
Do you know what I loved about it? And I mean this as a massive compliment. It was like a movie that I could imagine Spencer Tracy being in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like a proper old-fashioned great tale.
Well, the story felt like an old-fashioned film. The book did, and we shot it to try to feel like old-fashioned. There's a big kiss at the train station, and I had to talk to him about like.
You had to teach me how to kiss.
You had to kiss differently. No, actually, really, like an old-fashioned movie. You know, new movies, everybody's got like their tongues are like.
Yeah, there's too much squelching.
And this one had to be old-fashioned kissing.
Did you know immediately you saw Callum that he was your boy?
Well, he was the least expensive.
Oh,
so
right, that-
you understand that.
I was about the 10th or 11th.
Yeah, we went
I
through a
actually paid
list.
him to do it.
I bet you people watching this have no idea you're British. Because your
You know
accent
what?
is
If my
amazing.
mum is watching it,
She knows.
she's gonna know.
She's going to know.
She
But
better know.
everybody
She
else.
have an inkling.
Did you just take to this rowing malarkey immediately?
No.
Did you? No.
Oh my god.
Because, and did you have wee sore
That's what I
hands,
thought it was. I
blisters?
thought it was Rome Malarkey.
Yeah.
We did 2 months of training before we shot, and then we trained whilst we shot, and we.
5 months. They were
Yeah, we really did it. You know, it's.
But you did it the way, you shot it so that you were learning and then got
Yes.
better
That's
and better
right,
and
yeah,
better.
yeah,
'Cause
yes.
you can see
But that was George and Grant. They said that.
Well, just so you know, when we first saw them, it was a disaster.
Was it?
Oh,
we were doing 3 weeks.
you and
of-
I, we would do better.
Would we?
Yes.
George was smiling through the pain, giving me a big thumbs up, supportive, and I could see the fear in his soul.
You shot some of that in the Thames, didn't you? Because I thought that, because I live on the river, not a million miles away from you. I live on the river and I wake up to that every weekend.
The very opening shot is I walk there from my home.
Yes, I thought that. I thought I recognised
It's right where my
it.
wife and I take a walk in the morning.
Can we talk about the cocks?
Yes.
Because the cocks is a huge part of this. You've got to get
This
the
is how we got in
cocks
trouble
right.
the last time, isn't it?
You said,
I honestly, this is how we got in trouble last
But
time.
because the cocks are loud and
Yeah.
they're very, very integral part of the whole thing.
The important thing is that you don't want your cocks to be too big.
No. Because
Cocks
if
has to be small.
Your cocks has to be smaller.
Smaller and lighter.
Yes.
And in charge.
Yes. In general, you don't. In fact, if your cox isn't in charge, it's not very
Doesn't work.
successful.
Then
Yeah,
it all
doesn't
goes
work.
all over
Nothing
the place.
works.
It has to be in a straight line.
Well, this is. We have time for one more question.
With this story, what I loved about it was, as soon as the movie was finished, I went away to find out more about these guys, especially Joe, who you play, because I wanted to know more about them and the fact that they were, you know, a good bunch of working class lads who worked their butts off, and it worked for them. I don't want. It's difficult to talk about without giving too much away.
Everyone
but these guys
dies
were.
in the end. I think I don't want to. They drown. But if we were rowing, we would have drowned. You know, it's an interesting thing. Those guys, for what was it, like 50 years, they would get together every
Once a
year
year,
in a
yeah.
row.
Yeah.
They created a bond that was unbreakable.
How was Mr. George Clooney as a director?
We
Yeah.
didn't really get along, and it's nice to see him again.
We didn't even talk, actually. There was a
Yeah.
restraining
He
order.
just told me better, do it better.
Do it better.
Yeah, with a megaphone. You had the megaphone?
I did have
You
a
still have the
megaphone.
Did you have the megaphone
I
like in the
did.
old days?
Yeah, I did. I was like Eric von Stroheim.
I remember him.
had a whip.
Yes.
And I was like, well.
As an actor, though,
Yeah.
do you think that makes you a better director? Because you know about all the, what you need from a director. Do you think it just gives you that wee bit of extra, just a wee bit?
I didn't understand a word you just said. No, it does give you an edge. I had to say it. You know, look, there was, the only edge we had was that I'd done a movie in the water once before, and I remembered how miserable it was. And so I didn't tell any of them.
Right.
I told them this is going to be simple. It's going to be fun.
We had all seen it.
Yeah.
We all had seen Perfect Storm.
I make them watch all my movies before they work, you know.
They would have seen them anyway.
I made him watch Batman and Robin just before, too.
3 times.
Yeah. Well, I wanted him to
understand
learn
the breadth
about,
of that,
I wanted him to see greatness in action.
Yeah.
You know?
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, really?
It wasn't. It was camp. It was funny.
That's
It
my
was-
favourite Batman.
Exactly.
I'm not having
And it
that.
was more like the TV Batman.
yeah.
And I think
Tells you a
you'll
lot
find
about
that that's
Callum.
what people
And my
like.
taste.
Well, it's a beautiful film.
Thank you
It
very
really
much.
is. It's a proper heartwarming film. It's just what we need right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's what we need right now at the start of the year. Thank you so much.
Well, it's
you.
good to see
You're
you.
gorgeous. Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.
He is handsome. He's very
That's
handsome.
just to you.
Well, I know. And again, I think it's important to remind everyone that you and I get in trouble now, and we have to stop this. So the next interview we do, we don't talk about anything.
No cocks.
No, we don't. We will not talk about the cocks. Okay.
Promise. Thank you.
What a great guy. That was a really lovely afternoon, I have to say. The Boys in the Boat, beautiful film. It's, like I said, it's like an old-fashioned film.